What the hell's the matter with Candace Owens? What is the matter with her? What is this anger? What is this anger, this vilification, if you will, this transvestigation that is focused on Macron's wife? What's the big deal? Why? What is the purpose behind this other than this unresolved meanness? That's right, meanness. There's an anger there. This isn't some investigation into what's happening in terms of monies being lost or countries going to war or people being killed. It's about this transvestigation, as they say, the idea of going back and trying to figure out who's really born the opposite gender and then saying, aha, I'm going to stake my career on this. On what? On what? Now, the facts are here. You can read this. And I'm going to tell you something, that in my life, I have come across stories throughout being, by virtue of being in kind of sort of this, not show business, but this entertainment, legal media analysis business. Not only that, being a lawyer, not only that, just living my life. And I've come across a variety of stories about who's really gay or secretly gay or not married and who's cheating. And there's a certain degree that certain stories that people kind of find interesting and titillating because, well, these are famous people and, they're human and okay, fine, whatever. And when it comes to the idea of who's really gay, the whole notion of being closeted, that's also been a part of a weird fascination that people have, especially with folks, men in particular, he-men actors who are indeed, or who are suspected to be, gay, homosexual, what have you. I don't know if those stories have the same degree of titillation that they did in the Confidential days with Rock Hudson and others. Maybe. But there's for you to suggest that people aren't interested is ridiculous. And I think that's kind of died down to an extent because the stories are replete. Anybody who knows anything about Hollywood or what everybody knows, there's the official narrative, then there's that continuum beneath that, and then there's another kind of a version of the facts behind that, and there's different layers, different strata of understanding. Okay, fine. But this is different. This is mean. Now, is there anything wrong? Is there anything wrong with this? Let's assume that Brigitte Macron or somebody else was actually born technically actually a man or a woman, a gender not yours. Okay, fine. The tenor of this is that there's a crime. I don't want to do the old Seinfeld, not that there's anything wrong with it, but not that there's anything wrong with it. If it's true, and by the way, it might be relevant if, let's say, a politician or somebody were to publicly evince, this hard stance against transvestites, or excuse me, not transvestites, that's probably the wrong term, transgenders and or transvestites. Years ago, there was the rumor, or there was a belief, that former New York Mayor Ed Koch was gay, and that his attitudes regarding AIDS was not in any way commensurate with or consistent with his own lifestyle. That there are a lot of folks who were gay who said, wait a minute, Koch, you're a closeted gay man. We're gay. Shouldn't you have a certain degree of additional sensitivity regarding AIDS and AIDS-related death and lifestyle? And I think there's something to be said for that. If your own hypocrisy belies a particular stance or vice versa, great, I understand it. But this is just different. And in the tenor, in the attitude, in the anger, it's like, I'm going to stake my career on this. Wait a minute. Now, I'm not suggesting, like I said, that stories like this are not interesting. You don't have to define what interesting is. If it's interesting, it's interesting. And a lot of things we are interested in are, frankly, basically irrelevant. And that's called gossip or whatever it is. Fine, I dig, I understand it. But this is another story. So my question is very simply this. What do you think? What do you think is the basis for this? And why is there this anger, this enmity that is directed towards the subject matter? Do you believe that there's anything wrong with this? Do you believe that there's something that by virtue, if this is all true, and she were born a man and whatever, is this subject to scorn? Did she do something wrong? Is this wrong? Is this a crime? Must she have released this information? Look, I'm telling you right now, and I've gone on the record of many, many people, the only time that any of this stuff even remotely matters to me has been simply this. When you want to take a child who may not even know what his or her favorite color is, and to have that child decide that they are going to be involved in, or excuse me, that they're going to be involved in the classification of their gender, where they can one day say, I feel like a girl, I feel like a boy, and I, by virtue of this initial theoretically sincere and accurate thought, that then translates into adults coming in and providing and prescribing puberty-blocking drugs and the like, and then removing them from a family who decides that they are against this kind of behavior or this kind of treatment. That's where I say no. I don't like kids being hit and contaminated with the idea that maybe you're not a girl, maybe you're not a boy, that's a different story. But I do know that there have been kids who were born, they used to call them hermaphrodites and pseudo-hermaphrodites, and that there are sometimes situations where, not in terms of mere physiology and physiognomy and actual genital accoutrement, so to speak, but feelings of identity that are not necessarily, they do not necessarily comport with that which is usual male, female. I understand that. I recognize that. And I think that can be tragic, and it can be horrible, and it can be confusing, and it's not really something that should be the subject of mockery. There's this idea that happens when people focus on, you're really a man. What they did to Michelle Obama, I always thought was disgusting. It's not fair. It's just mean. Look, politics is tough. You want to go after policy? That's fine. And better yet, go after the policy of people who are elected, people who are making decisions. Go ahead. Have at it. Be brutal. I give you my blessing. But to go after somebody who is tangentially, peripherally involved in something, and to go after not so much their looks, but what they secretly are and secretly feel, no. It's mean. It's demeaning. It's wrong. It's not should be against the law. I'm not saying people should be, fined or arrested, but just as a human being, I can tell you right now, it's wrong. I don't like it. And I think it's based upon something which is very, very, very Freudian and deep-seated. And I'm going to leave it at that. Okay? I'm going to leave it at that. Now, dear friends, please like this video. I always have to tell you that. And also, make sure you're subscribed to this channel. Because sometimes they're unsubscribed. Also, like the video. I think I said that. And make sure you hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. And please tell me, what is it that you think? Tell me. What do you think? Comment below. And comment as you see fit.